Hello, good morning to all.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Is PPT visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So till now I have covered procedures, functions, cursors in PLSQL. Now you all are going to learn triggers. Trigger is also just like named PLSQL block, and only difference with procedure is trigger is automatically executed when we perform any DML operations like insert, delete or update. Okay. Trigger is also a named PL SQL block like procedure or function. And in a similar way, we create trigger, create or replace trigger, trigger name, and then within the executable section, we perform the business logic or any operations if you want to perform, which will be executed automatically by Oracle server when we perform data manipulation operations like insert, delete or update. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. A trigger is a course of action to be taken when any DDL or DML event occurs. Suppose you want to create any database, then that course of action is automatically executed by Oracle server. So it is also a named PLSQL block like a procedure, but it is executed implicitly by Oracle server. And procedure and functions we call by its name in another PLSQL block, or with the help of execute command, we execute procedure and functions. Types of triggers. There are two types of the trigger. One is DML triggers, which we perform on table level, and another one is DDL triggers, which we perform over database level or schema level. Syntax for creating. These are the various advantages of triggers. We can control data manipulation language command, implement complex business rule with the help of the triggers, implement complex validation with the help of the triggers, generate values for primary key with the help of the triggers. Auditing purpose we can use triggers, and then we can maintain duplicate copies of the records with the help of the triggers. These are the various advantages of triggers. Now, this is the syntax for creating the trigger. Create or replace trigger, trigger name. Again, we can implicitly execute trigger before the delete operations, before the insert operations, or before the update operations, or we can implicitly execute the trigger after the delete, after the insert, and after the update. Here you can mention the column name, and then on any table we can perform the trigger. So here we will write the trigger name. This is the optional. If you want to access old and new record, then you can reference that records with the help of old bind variable or with the help of new bind variable. Again, trigger we can perform for each row, or we can perform on the statement level. If we execute the statement, then only once trigger will be executed implicitly. But if we write the trigger for each row level, then how many rows? Suppose 5 rows are affected by performing the delete, insert and update command, then 5 times this trigger will be executed automatically. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So these are the syntax of creating the trigger. Now again, there are two bind variables, old and new. Old bind variable represents the old record and new bind variable represents the new records. For each row designates the trigger to be a roll trigger, and trigger is fired once for each row that is affected by the triggering event and meets the optional trigger constant defined in the when clause. We write the condition in when clause, and suppose that conditions affect the 10 rows, then trigger will be executed implicitly 10 times. Either we can specify the conditions, when conditions will be satisfied in when clause, then only trigger will be executed. Here through diagram, before the statement trigger will be executed, after the statement trigger will be executed, then before row, after row, and as per the user needs you can use before after keyword. This is the implied table and this is the sequencing of executing the trigger when trigger will be executed. If we mention before, then before the statement trigger will be executed. If we mention after, then after the DML operations trigger will be executed. I will show this thing with the help of the code. Okay, so this is the firing sequence of the database triggers on multiple rows, and I have already explained trigger name should be unique, not any keyword. Then timing before or after or instead of we can use. Then event which fires the trigger, we will write that event. Filtering condition, through conditions we can filter the actions. Then we will mention the target table name on which we want to perform the actions. Then trigger parameters, here see colon new and colon old for the new and old version of the values respectively, and action will be written in this begin and end. We will write the action, and that action will be executed implicitly by Oracle Engine when we perform the statements or any DDL or DML commands. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now see, this is the simple code of a trigger. Here we create the trigger like this: create trigger, and trigger name is increase underscore salary underscore TRG, and before update Oracle server will be executed. This trigger will be executed before update operations. So before update, and here we will write off cell. Update off cell means salary is a column and on table name. And then within the begin and end, we write this insert command, insert into, and this is a table, cell, history, and then there are two columns of this table, increased and changed on. And in increased we will store the value yes, and in changed on we will store the system date in this table. And this trigger Oracle Engine execute automatically. There is no need to execute this trigger.
सर यहाँ
So
पे
here
before update से क्या मतलब है? मतलब
before update means suppose we write the update operations. So before updating the things on the table, this trigger will be executed.
Okay,
and
sir.
if we'll write after update, then first update will be performed, and after that this trigger will be executed. Did you get it?
Yes,
This is the sequencing if we write before update, so first trigger will be executed, then update operations will be executed. And if we write after update, then first update command will be executed, then trigger will be executed. Okay. And this is the second example of the trigger. Then triggering order, I have already explained before row, after row trigger, and these are the sequences for enabling the trigger, then disable the trigger, and we can modify the trigger by using alter trigger name. See here, before trigger is executed before executing a DML command. Before trigger is executed before executing the DML command. So first trigger will be executed, then DML command will be executed. After trigger is executed after executing a DML command. So here first DML command will be executed, then trigger will be executed. This is the difference between before trigger and after trigger. Now we can categorize DML triggers into two types: statement level trigger and row level trigger. These triggers are executed automatically when user performs DML operation on a table. Statement level, by default, if we are not mentioning anything, then by default trigger is of type statement level, and statement level trigger executed only once for the statement, and row level executed once for each row affected by the DML. Suppose 10 rows are affected by any update operation or insert operation or delete operations, then trigger will be executed 10 times. Did you get it, Himanshu?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is the difference between statement level trigger and row level trigger? Here, see, this is the important things. How we check the sequencing of DML operations and execution of the trigger. Here, suppose we write a trigger, create or replace trigger, and trigger name is imply trg1 before update operations on imply table. And in this execution section, we write the command dbms output dot put line record updated. So first, this string will be displayed, and then update operations
Will be executed.
will be performed on imply table. Okay. And suppose we write create or replace trigger imply trigger 2 before update on imply for each row. So this is the row level trigger. So suppose we perform any update operations and that update operations affect the 10 rows, then 10 times this string will be displayed. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
First one is statement level trigger and second one is row level trigger. Okay. And this is the DDL trigger. Suppose we write a trigger on drop operations on imply, then before dropping this table, this statement will be executed, then that table schema of that table will be dropped. So this is the DDL trigger. So there are two types of the trigger, DML trigger and DDL trigger. Okay. If trigger is automatically executed by Oracle engine after performing or before performing DML operations, then that trigger is called DML trigger. And if trigger will be executed automatically before performing DDL or after performing DDL operations, then that trigger is called DDL trigger. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
And here we can write any business logic and that code will be executed automatically. There is no need to call that trigger explicitly. And if we create procedure and functions, then you have to call that procedure or functions explicitly in the other PL/SQL block. This is the main difference between trigger and procedure. And with the help of the procedure, we can perform any task. With the help of the functions, we can perform any task. And with the help of the trigger, we can perform any task. But trigger automatically fired when DML or DDL operations perform on schema or on table. And again, DML trigger we can classify into two parts. One is row level trigger and another one is statement level trigger. By default, all the trigger are a type statement level. Did you get it?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Now see this trigger. Okay, this is for maintaining the records in another table. So here there are two tables. One table is account table and another table is transaction table. In transaction table, there are various attributes like transaction ID, account number, transaction date, then amount and balance. So here I am going to create a trigger and trigger name is act tr2. So syntax is create or replace trigger and trigger name is account trigger 2 ACTR2 before update operations on account table. There is a table name account and we perform update operations on account, and before that operations this will be executed automatically by the Oracle server. And this is the row level trigger. Why? Because we write the syntax for each row. So this trigger is DML triggers. Why DML triggers? Because here we are performing DML operations. And for each row, so we can say that this trigger is of type row level trigger. And within this executable section, we write the code insert into transaction table, and then here we mention the various column: transaction ID, account number, T date, amount, balance, and then values. In values we pass AC sequence dot next val. This is a sequence database object, and for creating the sequence database object we will write syntax create sequence name. So automatically a number will be stored in transaction ID, and then we use bind variable column new, and this is the row type variable. Then new means representing new record. So value of account number of that row will be stored in this column AC number of the table transaction, and here we pass sysdate. So system date will be stored in transaction date, and amount means suppose we want to update balance withdrawal operations, then in amount we use absolute value. ABS is built-in functions, and here we calculate the difference between new balance minus old balance. Okay, so if we want to withdraw the things, then subtraction operations, and if we want to deposit the amount in the account table, then we perform addition operations. Here we will take the difference. So absolute convert negative value into the positive value, and then new balance means updated value will be stored in balance. Did you get this business logic?
Yes, sir.
So whenever we perform update operation on account, automatically these values will be stored in another table transaction. Okay, and in this way we can maintain the log, or we can maintain the record of each and every transactions. So this is the purpose of writing the trigger. So through this business logic you can understand trigger better. And here we will use two bind variable, old and new. New bind variable reference the new record, means after update what will be the status of the record, and this bind variable will represent the old version of the record. Did you get it, Himanshu?
Yes, sir.
I will show this with the help of PLSQL. Okay. So I think that you all understood the concepts of trigger. What is the trigger, then how we create the trigger, then types of the trigger. Again, we can classify DML trigger into two parts, statement level trigger and row level trigger. And broadly, we classify trigger into two parts, DML trigger and DDL trigger. And suppose if you want to display the code of the trigger, then this is the command for that. Select text from user source. This is the system generated table, and R the source code will be stored in this data dictionary. And then we write where name equal to trigger name and type equal to trigger. In this way, we can display the source code of the trigger. Again, if we want to display the source code of the functions, then for that code is select text from all source, where name of the function is fac1 and order by line, and in this way we can display the source code of the functions. And all source is a system generated table, and automatically code will be stored in that system generated table, that is called data dictionary, and store metadata, information about information, or data about data. Did you get it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
And this is for creating the sequence. So sequence is also a database object which can generate unique sequential integer values. A sequence can be either in ascending order or descending order. So if you want to create sequence database object, then whole syntax is this: create sequence, then sequence name, and these are the optional things. Suppose here we write increment by 1, then and start with 1. So first value automatically generated 1, and increment by 1. So second value will be 2, then 3, then 4. And here we specify maximum value. Suppose we want to increase that number up to 1000. So maximum value is 1000. And suppose if you perform decrement operator, then we have to specify the minimum value. And if we write cycle, then after 1000 again 1 will be started. And if we write no cycle, then that sequence will not be repeated. And here again two options, cache and no cache. If we write cache, then that data will be pre-fetched into the cache memory, and then execution will be fast. So here we can mention the cache, and by default no cache option. But if we write cache, and after cache if we write 100, then 100 number pre-fetched into the cache, and in this way we can increase the speed of execution. Means within the fraction of the second this command will be executed. Execution time will be less if we enable this options cache. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
So this is about the sequence. Why I am explaining sequence? Because here I am using sequence. This value automatically generated and stored in transaction ID. There is no need to store 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And suppose we create sequence as sequence. So by default increment by 1 and up to 100. If you not mention max value and then increment by 1, then by default this is incremented by 1 and up to 100. Did you get it?
Yes
Hello.
sir. Yes sir. Practical दिखाइए sir.
Okay. Now I am going to connect with Oracle database server. See here. Is SQL prompt is visible to you all?
Yes sir.
Okay. See here. Select star from employee. Okay. Now I am going to create a trigger on employee. So what is the syntax of the trigger? Create or replace and then trigger, and trigger name is employee trg1. Then we will write before update and then on employee table. Okay, then here I am going to display a string dbms, then output dot put line, and suppose here updated. This is string.
Sir
This is
updated
the
का spelling थोड़ा.
end. No issue. Okay. Some string will be displayed. Trigger is created. Okay. Himanshu.
Yes sir.
Now this trigger is automatically executed by Oracle 7 Oracle server when we perform update operations on employee. Did you get it? Now I
Yes
am
sir.
going to perform update operations. Before performing the update operations, I am going to set the set server output on. Then I am going to perform update operations. Update table name employee, then set salary equal to salary into 1.1. ठीक है? And through this statement, if I am not mentioning condition in where class, then what will happen? Increase 10% salary of each employee. Did you get it, Himanshu?
Yes sir.
Then see, before update operations, this string will be
Yes sir. आ गया.
displayed. Okay, it indicates that this trigger is working. Now, if we want to see the trigger in data dictionary, then here we will write trigger name. This is the attribute name of the user system generated table from user triggers. Name of that table is user triggers, where table name equal to emp. This we will write in capital letter. Okay, then see, emp trg1 is created on table employee. If we want to drop the trigger, then we will write drop trigger and then trigger name emp trg1. Trigger dropped. Okay. Now I am going to create second trigger. Each label for each row label trigger. I am going to create row label trigger. So create or replace and trigger, and trigger name is employee trg2. Then after update on employee table, now I am going to write for each row. By default, trigger is of type statement label. Now this trigger is of type row label.
Row label.
Okay. And here I am going to write a string dbms output dot put line and then updated. Was here write record updated. And trigger created. Okay. Now I am going to perform update operations. Update employee table, set salary equal to salary into 1.05. Okay. Then how many times this string will be displayed? Please let me know. Himanshu, how many times record updated string will be displayed?
सर रोज के बराबर.
Okay. The number of the tuples of employee table. Record updated. So 6 rows are affected by this DML operations. That's why this trigger will be executed 6 times. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between statement level trigger and row level trigger? Suppose we write trigger after delete or before delete, then trigger will be executed after performing the delete operations or before performing the delete operations. In this way, we can control DML operations. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir. सर इसका source code और दिखाइए.
This is a very powerful mechanism in PLSQL, and we can implement business logic through this trigger. There are various triggers in banking systems. Automatically interest will be calculated and add to your balance. Now these things have been done by triggers, but in starting, when there is no banking software, then clerk will calculate the interest of each and every customer and then add that amount into the balance. Now trigger is applied and automatically after 1 year interest will be calculated and add to the balance. What are you saying, Himanshu?
एक source code वाला और करके दिखा दीजिए इसका trigger का.
Okay. So what was the syntax of that thing? I think select then text.
जो आप वो था from जो source है फिर उससे.
Let me copy that thing. Okay.
where name equal to trigger name and type equal to trigger.
Okay. This is the source code. Okay. I am going to copy this code and only top type is copied. Now actually code is select text. I am going to write select text, then from system generated table is user source. All the source code of trigger will be stored in this system generated table. Then we will write where
name is equals to
name. What is the name of the trigger?
the
Please let me know.
M trigger 2
MP TRG
TRG2
TRG
2
2 and object name type of object is trigger. Trigger. Okay. Then EMP. See the spelling. Let me check. Describe user source. Okay. Here there are attributes name, type, line, text. Okay. And trigger is created, already created. Then we want to display the text. We will write select text from user source where name equal to trigger name is EMP TRG2. Okay, and type trigger. Here code of the trigger. Here this is the code of the trigger.
Sir. Yes,
Did you
sir,
get
yes.
it?
Yes, sir.
Always give strings in uppercase.
Okay, sir.
Himanshu. Why? Because I think there is an upper functions and store data is in uppercase in various system generated tables.
Case sensitive हो गया.
Okay, case sensitive. That's why we write, if we write the trigger name in lower case, then that syntax no error. मतलब compiler is not giving any error, but no rows selected. And if we give the name in uppercase layer later, then source will be displayed on SQL prompt. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Is this interesting thing? Isn't?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. सर ये बहुत पावरफुल हो जाएगा अगर इसको यूज किया जाए ट्रिगर को.
हाँ, यू कैन यूज बेटा. जैसे आप वेब ऐप जब बनाते हो तो वेब ऐप में माउस क्लिक पे भी आप ट्रिगर अप्लाई कर सकते हो. कोई भी प्रोजेक्ट बना रहे हो तो आप बैक एंड पे ट्रिगर लिख सकते हो एंड ऑटोमेटिकली एग्जीक्यूटेड. सिंगल क्लिक, डबल क्लिक, जस्ट लाइक इवेंट ड्रिवन प्रोग्रामिंग. ओके.
यस सर.
Now time is over. Okay, in next lecture I will show you about with the help of the trigger, we maintain how we maintain the transaction details in another table. Okay, so I will show that, demonstrate that trigger. Okay, if you have any doubt related to trigger, you can ask the question. Hello, Himanshu.
Yes, sir.
I think if 5 minutes is left. Okay, 10 to 45 or 10 to 55.
I think 45.
45. In next lecture, I will show you that code. Okay.
Okay.
And then only one topic is left. That is not in the syllabus, but I will explain package, how to create package in PLSQL. So package is also a database object, and in a package we can combine various procedures. And if we want to execute that procedure, then first we will write the package name, then dot procedure name. So through package concepts, we can use same name in different packages. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Hello. So you can say that we achieve the overloading concepts with the help of the package. Suppose we write hr.package, hr.update, and then we write it.update. So method name is same, but we distinguish that method, procedure or functions with the help of the package. So similar type of the procedure and functions and variable names we combine in a package, and then with the help of that package we can execute all the procedures, functions or variables which we define in that package. That is not mentioned in the syllabus, but I will explain package concept also. इसमें इतना कुछ है कि आप जो है 10 years भी पढ़ोगे तो भी कम है, हिमांशु। हेलो।
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
लेकिन हमने आपको ऐसा ओवर आइडिया दे दिया है कि आप सर्च करोगे गूगल पे, कोई भी टॉप करोगे तो डेटा डिक्शनरी का भी कॉन्सेप्ट इसीलिए बता दिया है कि कहाँ पे। ऐसे ही सोर्स कोड ऑफ द फंक्शंस इज आल्सो स्टोर्ड इन द डेटा डिक्शनरी। ओके, यू कैन डिस्प्ले द कोड ऑफ दैट फंक्शन। ओके,
Okay,
now
sir. Thank you.
Now I am going to download attendance. Then